Hello! I have been painting this morning and I wanted to share a quick story and insight from the canvas with you. So, I often talk about the painting process and how that reflects how you feel in your life, which often shows up on the canvas. So this is a perfect example, and that's why I wanted to shoot this quick video, because I had very busy days, and this is what showed up on the canvas. Well, actually it's watercolor paper, but you see how busy that is. So when I started painting yesterday morning, it was very relaxing, a quiet moment, and then the day got busier and busier, and at the end of the day I painted more layers on this watercolor paper. And when I looked at it, I was like, wow, this is really a busy piece of paper. And that's often what happens, because the canvas really reflects how we feel. It's unavoidable. It really is like a mirror of what's going on in our life, inside ourselves, and it shows up on the canvas. So it's a very useful, powerful way of reflecting and getting insights on what is going on in our life, because we see it very clearly reflected on the canvas, on the paper. And at the same time, I wanted to show you another one, because I started these two paintings in parallel, which I often do, and this was much more quiet and peaceful. And today, when I was trying to calm down and relax and started the weekend, I started working on this one, and I realized that this is actually how I want to feel. Not like this. I want to feel like this. So we always have the power, when we approach the canvas, when we get to the canvas, to paint our reality into the canvas. So we can paint on the canvas exactly what we want, how we want to feel, what we want in our life. So if we want more peace, we always have the possibility to paint in more peace on the canvas, and then make that happen in our life. So it's really a beautiful process, and so useful and so inspiring. So I invite you to try to pick up a brush, some colors, and start making marks on the canvas and see what happens, and see if it's really true that it really reflects what's going on in your life. Also, I wanted to show you another thing. So very often when I'm painting, I have leftover paints, and I never waste the leftover paint, because paint is beautiful and is also expensive, so we don't want to waste it. So what I do, I have a notebook, a big notebook like this, or smaller one, and I have pages that I use for leftover paints, where I just put some paint when I'm done painting a piece, or while I'm doing it and I still have some leftover, and so it becomes like a place where I have all these different squares and marks and colors, and it's really for me it's precious, because very often it becomes the first layer of another painting or another piece of work. But it's also very useful, because it's a very free space where you can experiment without any limit, really, any restriction, any fear of messing up, because this is just a layer. And so very often you discover things. So you discover how certain colors blend together because you don't clean the brush, or how the transparency of a certain color is, how fluid it is. So it's also very beautiful way of exploring. Plus you can always use it for another painting or for pieces of painting. You can also cut it and use it for collage. So I thought that would be a nice thing to share.